Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the big show. My name is Mickey. This is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for Middle Americans, where all Middle Americans are welcome. It doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter where you're going, just matters that you're here with me tonight. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate everybody being here. This is a show about Middle Americans. We're trying to eliminate everybody that's crazy on the right and everybody that's crazy on the left, and just be Middle Americans and kind of do a thing right here where we have the ability to talk and discuss things as sane, competent Middle Americans about our government, about the United States and international relations, how we react to each other, how we react to the government, and everything else like that. Tonight's show is: did you know that parts of our government are unconstitutional? Now, before we get to that, we got to do what we always do. We've always got to go straight to the whole chat Olympics, Mickey in the Middle Chat Olympics, and congratulations to Carolyn Greggs Ledger, back on top with the gold medal in Carolyn. That's awesome. Susie, silver medal Susie, back in the silver medal place because she is solid as a rock. And wait a minute, I think Susie just had something happen. Birthday, maybe? Was it her birthday? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I think I saw it on Facebook. And then congratulations to Mark Calcaterra bringing up the top three with the bronze medal. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I hope everything in Arkansas is doing well for you. And then, Darla, I'm sorry to say that you just came in fourth place just off the podium. But welcome here. Darla sent me a note yesterday about the thing that we were talking about yesterday. Let me bring it up really, really quick. She brought up the, let's see. She sent me something in the mail, and it says, and now for my next trick, I will give you three $600 checks, and then next year I will crash your 401k, and you will pay $2,000 more in property taxes or rent, $800 more for gas, and $3,000 more for groceries. That is the exact thing that we were talking about last night. Thank you very much for this great meme, Darla. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. But that is the fact. Last night we were talking about the government fixing things so good that they break them, and then we are just left holding the bag as American citizens. With the cost of everything going up, our dollar is worth less, and this is a direct result of the government being too anxious to help everybody. And we used the great example of the baby formula and how they used WIC. Each state uses Wix, but they only use one supplier per state, and they all kept using the same one. Nobody else was able to even get in the game. So when the one plant that everybody was using went down due to a government regulation and oversight, and they didn't help the plant at all get back up to speed, the system started buying all of the excess baby formula and doing with it what they wanted, so that normal everyday Americans couldn't have the baby food. That's why we have shortages. And they say that this is going to be fixed because we started buying stuff from Europe and all over the world. And the United States military is now involved, and they are bringing airplanes of baby formula in from different parts of the world. So that's kind of like where we're sitting on that. But I really like that. I do appreciate that. And then the other thing is, apparently they've got this thing called monkeypox running around, and it's going to be the next big thing. So the monkeypox is a rash. And from what the teeny tiny little bit of research that I did today, little bit, I didn't even do a lot. It is transmissible from human contact. It is, spread through sex, primarily gay sex. I don't know. That's what I've heard. I don't know whether that is true or not. But the simple fact of the matter is monkeypox is now upon us. And as we're getting over the pandemic with the Wuhan flu, the Wuhan virus, the COVID, if you will, looks like we got a new challenge on our hand. It's called the monkeypox. And it doesn't even come from monkeys. Who would figure that they would name something the monkeypox and it doesn't even come from monkeys? So, hey, Sherry Clark is with us today. She is my tire person. She's over there on 2nd Street in Cabot. If you get a chance to go see Sherry, go see her. She's the best tire person in the business. So that is awesome. And then Darla also threw in, don't forget our government is mentally ill with Munchausen syndrome. Oh, that is correct. Munchausen syndrome by proxy, trying to keep us all sick so they feel important and needed. Yes, our government is trying to give us and keep us in Munchausen syndrome. They have it. Munchausen syndrome is when a parent or a parental unit keeps their kid purposely ill so that they can be the hero in their kids' lives, and they are a hypochondriac on behalf of somebody else. So yes, our government is like that. They want to take care of us, and they want us to be socialists so they can give us everything, and then they have the ability to take it away. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that comment. That is true. And then Mark Calcaterra says the baby formula shortage actually started in December of 2021. I definitely believe that. And then I believe, in response to my gay sex comment with the monkeypox, I think that Darla Joe Stewart Bennett, you changed your name on me. Darla Joe Stewart Bennett. I love that name, though. That is awesome. So thank you very much for that. So, all right, let's get down to the topic for today. Today's topic is that the Fifth Circuit Court of the United States has found that the Securities and Exchange Commission's internal judicial system is unconstitutional. And I'm going to say that one more time. The Fifth Circuit Court has found in a case, let me get to my notes because I don't want to mess this up. In the case of Jarkney, Jarkesy versus Security and Exchange Commission, the court found that portions of the Securities and Exchange Commission's internal judicial system were illegal because it didn't give people an opportunity to have a trial by a jury of their peers. And they found three different things. So the first thing was, everybody has a right to a jury trial. It says it right there in the Constitution that you are to be judged by a jury of your peers, and that the government cannot start a thing without making specific rules to things that avoid the fact that the SEC can just walk in and say, hey, you're guilty of stuff, and then bring you into an internal court. And that's kind of like the person that is accusing you of doing something being the police, then being the judge and the jury all in the same place. And you just can't do that. The second thing that they found, at the second step of the inquiry, the court determined the securities fraud claims did not involve pure public rights and were thereby not exempt from the right to a jury trial in the majority's view. Status creating public rights are different from laws creating a public purpose. And I thought that that was absolutely crazy. And then the third thing was that the judges of these security and exchange jury system, the adjudication system, were not properly overseen because they were not appointed by the president of the United States. My system is freaking out. So just want to let you know. I don't have the greatest internet here. So if I go down, it just happens, and I'm going to have to catch you tomorrow night. So that's the way it is. So when I started thinking about this, I really, 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 I'm pro-government. I'm anti-government. I think that the government has its place, but that the government is too big, and that the government keeps doing this over and over and over again. So today I started thinking about all of the ways that the government has created these agencies with internal fine systems that if they find you, they police you and then they judge you. How in the world can the same people that are policing you judge you? Because they're going to all read the documents the exact same way, and it's absolutely bullshit, you know? So I wrote down a whole bunch of different things. And here are just the ones right off the top of my head that I came up with that have the ability to come into your life, tear it apart, and then fine the shit out of you, and you have absolutely no way to fight back. The first thing is the IRS. Now, the IRS, everybody's scared of the IRS. Are we supposed to be scared of the government? Are we supposed to be scared? I'm scared. Every year that I do my taxes, I get scared. I get scared that I'm going to do something wrong because every time that I do my taxes, I'm guessing. I mean, I've got all of the dates, I've got all of the data. I put in what my W-2s are, I put in my W-9s, I put in all of my cash that I make from all of my gigs around the world. Then I put in all of the things that are my depreciable assets. I put in all of my expenses, and I am still deathly afraid of the IRS. So if you're afraid of the IRS, do me a favor, just send me a note and says, yes, I'm afraid of the IRS, because I don't think that we're supposed to be afraid of the IRS. And then they can start imposing penalties on you because somebody finds that you did not do this right. They come in, they do an audit on you. You don't even have a right to take that to a jury trial. That stays right inside the IRS. And the next thing you know is you are being fined by the IRS, which adds up. And then they start charging you interest, which causes you to further fall in a home. Now, I have never been audited. I'm not requesting an audit. I'm just saying that I always make sure that I am way, way, way on the good side. So if the IRS ever does happen to show up, I'm going to get more money back, because the way that I understand the system works is they'll come in, they'll do an audit on you. And if they owe you money, they will give you that money. But if they don't owe you money, or if you owe them money, they will take the money straight out of the asset that you had, up to and including selling off all of your assets and then taking the money for themselves in the name of the public good. So now, here's the deal about the IRS. They scare the shit out of me, and I don't think it's good that the government is scaring the shit out of the people that they work for. Okay, so here's some other things that were on the list. Let's get this right. OSHA, the Office of Safety and Health. Wait a minute. OSHA, whatever, Occupational Safety and Health Association, a board, administration, Occupational Safety Health Administration, OSHA. Now, OSHA was one of the first government agencies ever developed. And the whole idea behind that was that they would come in and that they would be able to protect workers by making sure that worker safety was followed by all of the companies. And then you know what they did during COVID? They exceeded their boundaries, and the courts found that they exceeded their boundaries by saying that everybody that had a company that had 100 people working there, everybody had to get vaccinated. That is an unbelievable overstep of OSHA. And you know what they did then? They said that if you didn't follow these rules about everybody being vaccinated in your workplace, that they were going to fine the workplace. Just think how many companies that you know that have more than 100 workers. It's absolutely insane that the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, had the ability to come in and just start kicking down doors and start fining people without jury trials, without a constitutional legality test. Did they have the right to do that? No, they didn't. And here's why: because people pushed back on that, and the people won. And the courts found that OSHA did not have that authority. And they do this all the freaking time. It's bullshit. And, I'm just saying, but this is Congress's fault. This goes back to Congress creating all of these organizations out there that are the alphabet soup of the world, that have all these little acronyms going for them. And what do they do over and over and over and over and over? They get these fine systems in there. They make these stupid regulations. Congress has little to no oversight of any of these organizations, because when they create them, then it goes to the administrative branch, right? So Congress creates these stupid organizations, and it's the job of the administration to enforce the laws as they see fit. This is what's happening on the border, right? So we're not talking about the border being able to fine people, but the border, everybody that works down there on the border, if they're not enforcing the laws as written, then all of a sudden now you have the situation where we have 250,000 people cross the border, cross the southern border last month. 250,000 people. That's the second largest city in Arkansas. Little Rock only has 175,000 people. Wait a minute, that's bigger than Little Rock, Arkansas. 250,000 people coming across our border. And the Border Patrol is saying, "Oh, it's not our fault. That's the administration. The administration's given us the rules in which we have to live under." And that's a bunch of bullshit because they're supposed to be enforcing laws that says, "Hey, secure the border. Nobody's supposed to get through without authorization." And just because they show up here doesn't mean that they have to be let in, but that's the rules now. Mm. I'm a little fired up tonight. Can you tell? So, all right. Who else is on this bad boy list? The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Now, the Food and Drug Administration sounds like they got their shit together. However, the simple fact of the matter is that they are a government agency that has the power to fine people and to put them in the FDA court system, which is police, judge, and jury all in the same organization. And the Constitution clearly says that the FDA does not have the power. And this example of the Security and Exchange Commissions in the Fifth Circuit Court is a great example of that. They're like, how do you pick your judges? They're not appointed by the President of the United States, yet they have all of this power. And then nobody fights back because nobody's got the money to fight the federal government. The federal government has unlimited funds. Unlimited funds. And it's absolutely crazy that the government becomes the enemy of the businesses and of the people of the country. And that's why Congress needs to be reined in. Congress needs to be reined in, and they need to return everything back a notch where it says, hey, look here, the government, we're the government and we're here to help. Oh, somebody once told me, what's the scariest thing that you can hear? Is hi, I'm here from the government and we are here to help. That is true. So Mark says, you said the key words. You said the key words as the administration and the controlling political parties see fit. Yep, Mark, I'm telling you right now, that is absolutely a truism. And then Mark goes on to say, the FDA caused a baby formula shortage by not inspecting the making company. That is correct. They didn't do it. And then they rolled in and they just shut them down. And they were like, hey, man, you guys are out of here. But I don't even think that they realize this, the right hand of the government not knowing what the left hand of the government is doing. The right hand of the government not knowing what the left hand of the government is doing. And they don't even understand the implications of what they're doing, right? They don't understand the implication of the border policies that they're putting in, where they have 250,000 people a month coming across now. And the simple fact is that the people that are going to have to suffer because of that are people that need to go to the hospital and there's aren't enough beds. The people that are trying to get their kids in a good school and have a teacher to student ratio that is acceptable. The fact that every time that somebody comes across the border, they're going to need a job, which is going to be they're going to be competing for the same jobs that Americans are currently competing for. Or they're going to be competing for the same dollars that our charitable contributions are going to in churches and 501c3s and the welfare system that we currently have in the system. They're going to be competing for the same dollars. And here's what the deal is. States run out of money all the time that have to go to charitable causes and have to go to people that need it on welfare, that can't find jobs, that need food, that need shelter, that need clothing. It's absolutely infuriating. I'm telling you, it's absolutely infuriating. So who else does this? The Bureau of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, right? That guy's an ass clown. I'm telling you right now, that guy's an ass clown. The simple concept is he was a small town mayor. He ran for president. He made a great name for himself. His demographic is wholly American, right? He was in the United States. He was born in the United States. He went in the United States military, became a politician in a small town, started having these delusions of grandeur, started running for the president of the United States. They were like, hey, people like this guy and we need to elevate him. So we're going to make him the Secretary of Transportation for the United States of America. And boom, what do you know? Here you have it. Next thing you know is Mayor Pete is the Secretary of the Bureau of Transportation. And they have the ability to go in and search trucks. They have to make sure that trucking companies are operating right, but they also have the ability to fine these companies if they find that they are not in compliance with the federal regulations established by the Department of Transportation. It's absolutely insanity how we have all of these little bitty judicial systems inside of our country that we don't even get to fight against because they're the United States government. They police, they're the judge, they're the jury, and there's almost no fighting these organizations. The EPA is another example. The EPA is out of control. And whoever controls the wetlands in the United States of America, you know that they wanted to make mud puddles and ditches part of the intercoastal waterway so that the federal government would have control over all of the drainage in the United States of America. They want everything. All these organizations do is grow and grow and grow and grow. All they do is to seek power and shut down the little people, and there's a place for government, but they've become so oppressive and so regulated, and they have their own judge, jury, policing, judging, and jury system that Americans can't fight back. It's crazy. Who else is on there? The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Everybody's heard of EEOC, right? The EEOC can come in, and anybody complains against you, they can come. And here's the deal is I have found that almost every single case that somebody comes in and talks about equal opportunity, they always find for whoever's bitching about it, right? They didn't treat me right because I was a different race, or they didn't treat me right because I was a different religion. They didn't treat me right because I was a different age. They never side with the side of the company. The company always folds. You want to know why? Because it's easier for a company to fold and pay the person rather than to go to court and have a legal battle that lasts for years and costs the company millions of dollars. Because most companies do not have the revenue to fight the United States government. It's absolutely insanity. And that's what the show is about. Finally, somebody in the court system. Now, through my research about the Fifth Court decision, there's only 3 judges on the Fifth Circuit Court that came up with this decision that said that the Securities and Exchange Commission is operating unconstitutionally. The next step is, because the Securities and Exchange Commission is going to appeal this, now it's going to go to 9 judges in the Securities and Exchange Commission. And who knows what's going to happen there, because it's the Fifth Circuit Court. The Fifth Circuit Court can decide anything they want to, right? But it's not over, because the SEC hates to lose. But the SEC also has unlimited funds to keep up this fight all the way to the Supreme Court. Why? Because they have unlimited money. There's the Securities and Exchange Commission. That's the United States government. They go, hey, Uncle Sugar, we need more money. And what do? Uncle Sugar just goes and gives them more money to fight these legal battles, because Congress has no balls. I'm just telling you, Congress has no guts. Ooh, got the Coca-Cola stuck right in my chest. Oh, that hurts. Oh, stand by. Wrong hole. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, felt like I was going to have a heart attack right here on camera. That would have sucked. Oh, better now. Ooh, thank you. That second sip did me. All right, so let's see. And then this is the last thing that Mark had to say about that, about the baby formula thing. He said, by closing a formula plant and then failed to do a inspection is required when the plant was ready in February. There you go. So the government shut them down. They didn't do an inspection the way they're supposed to, and therefore everything fell further and further behind. And the next thing you know is just shit out of luck. All right. So what else is happening in the news? I just wanted to say, okay. Mark Calcaterra says, I voted to oust Bozeman today. Good for you. Every single one of our politicians. Let me change this right up here. Right up there. Here we go. Operation535.com. And one of the stories that I have is that 3 prominent Republicans were voted out of their position in the primary in Kentucky. And I don't know what the results are in Arkansas, but I hope that every sitting politician that was in Congress or in the governor's office is gone, because they're screwing our country. And that's what Operation535.com is all about, not voting for the people that are currently up there, because people that are currently in Congress, which consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate, suck. They all suck. They're not for the American people. All they do is get up there and fight all day, and they don't do shit for us. They just make our life worse. All right. So I want to read you this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Where is it? Okay. I would like to share this with everybody because I think that this is fantastic. I do have to show. I don't know how to do this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read something to you. I know how to do this. All right. I need to take this down. Need to make this smaller. Need to take this one. Where is it? Need to take this one and bring it over here. And I'm going to read you something. I think that this is awesome. I think that this is one of the things that I do this for. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is Catholic. She's Catholic. She's been Catholic her entire life. She keeps pushing the fact that she is Catholic, and she is in San Francisco. Here's what the thing is. Nancy's also for abortion. And I'm just saying that if you're going to be Catholic, or you're going to be with an organization that says that abortion is wrong, and then you go and you vote for total abortions, that means that you're going to have a conflict in your life. And it's one of the things that Democrats always do. They always preach out of one side of their mouth, and then they talk out of the other side of their mouth, and that you suck it up because you don't even know where they stand. So somebody denied Nancy Pelosi communion. And here's what the story says. This is coming out of the AP. It says, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi pushed back Tuesday on the decision by San Francisco's conservative Catholic Archbishop to deny her communion over her support of abortion rights, saying she respects that people have opposing views, but not when they impose them on others. And here's the thing is, I understand what Nancy is saying. Nancy is saying, hey, look here, abortion and how you feel about something is a religious freedom. And Nancy doesn't want to be it, but she's a Catholic. But Catholics can't have it both ways. So especially if you're in politics, you cannot say, hey, look here, I'm all for abortion all the way. She can abstain for the votes. She can say that I'm opposed to the votes. She could go with her Catholic upbringing. But if she goes with abortion and the church says, no, you can't have it both ways, then Nancy's going to have to stick with her decision. And I respect Nancy for her decision about supporting abortion. Okay, that's great for Nancy. But don't expect there to be no consequences from the Catholic Church if that's going to be your stance. Because if you're Catholics have always been against abortion. I mean, for goodness sakes, Catholics are against contraceptives in most places. I'm just saying, right? That's one of the big controversies inside of the church is about abortion, about contraceptives and things like that. And that's just the way that it is. So sorry, Nance. I just thought that it was funny. Pelosi made her comments on MSNBC's. What the heck? Sorry. I moved my thing and it moved. My bad. MSNBC's Morning Joe, in a letter last week to Pelosi, Archbishop Salvatore Corleone said he would refuse her communion after she vowed to codify into law the Supreme Supreme Court's Roe versus Wade decision establishing a constitutional right to abortion. So if she's going to be the one that codifies into the Constitution of the United States the right to abortion, which I believe is not a freedom and it's not a right because it involves another person. I explained that last week when I explained that my daughter is studying in med school and she's going to be a doctor. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. And that you cannot force her to give somebody else a right. That's what free healthcare, that's what the right to healthcare means. I have the right to healthcare. Well, who's going to give it to you? That's a basic argument, right? Everybody's demanding that healthcare is a right, but they never answer the question, who's supposed to give it to you? They always come back with the government. Well, who is the government going to force to give you health care? That's a simple question, right? Because you can't force somebody to give somebody else a right. That's what I'm saying. And it's just one of those things. So if you support this, let your Congress people know. That's what our show is about. Our show is about supporting the decision by the Fifth Circuit Court that says that the Securities and Exchange Commission, being the police, being the judge, and the jury, is unconstitutional and breaks the Constitution's right to a jury trial. That's why you got to let your Congress people know that. That's why you got to let your senators know that. Your state and local representatives, you got to let them know that. You also have to let them know how you feel about abortion. Because I believe that the country's not split. I believe that there's more people that are against abortion than are for abortion. I honestly believe that. I don't even think that the number's close. I don't even think that the number's close. I think that everybody goes, well, yeah, we understand why people would get abortions, but we're not going to support them. So anyway, this was not supposed to be about abortion. This was supposed to be about the Fifth Circuit Court. So, but other than that, look like I'm out of time. So thank you very much. I appreciate everybody being here. It's absolutely awesome. So, all right, let's go into Carolyn says there's a horrible school shooting in Texas. Yes, there was a horrible. I do not have enough details on the horrible school shooting down in Texas. I don't. And every time something like this happens, the first thing that I do is I pray. And I pray for the victims. I pray for the families. I pray for everybody that's involved with that, all the healthcare workers, everybody that's has got to respond to that. As a healthcare provider, as a first responder, fire department, police department, doctors, nurses, med techs, everybody. Pray for the folks that are down there. Yeah, this is a bad situation. I'll probably have more on this tomorrow night. I don't know whether I want to address it again, but we will definitely talk about it in the future. So let's see. Take a look at this. CF replying to Mark Calcaterra. Darla Joe Stewart Bennett says, replying to Mark Calcaterra, take a look at this CFPB. I don't know what that is, but yes. There's supposed to be a separation between church and state. She has to be accountable for her stance. Yes, she has to be accountable for her stance. If she's not accountable here, she'll be held accountable upstairs, is all I got to say. Doesn't that require a new amendment? And when does an unborn child have a right? That's what the thing is, Mark. So that's what I was saying about a right does not involve another person. And the other person is the baby. So I'm just saying that whenever we start talking about that, it does involve a second person, because as soon as a sperm and an egg get together, as soon as they form a zygote, as soon as it gets implanted in the uterine wall, the potential for life in a human coming out of that is 80%. And as far as I'm concerned, potential is a human. I mean, when do you cross that line? Is it heartbeat? Is it eyesight? Is it feeling? Is it pain? Is it coming out of the vaginal canal? Is it 13 years of age? I don't know. That's a God thing. So I'm saying, that's my personal opinion. So anyway, everybody out there, be good. Remember, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here, wherever I am, right there, wherever you are. Remember to hit the like, share, hit the notification bell. Tell all your friends about this. Say a prayer up for Nicole. She had a medical issue today. That's why she's not with us. She's okay. She is okay. She'll be back in a couple of days. But just do me a favor. She had a problem with a tooth, and she's in a little bit of pain. So other than that, you guys be good. Remember, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your comments. You guys all be good. And without further ado, good night, small one. I love you. See you, everybody.